Hello everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I have an easy appetizer recipe for you guys, and I'm going to be making my cheesy sausage stuffed mushrooms with a panko breadcrumb topping. These stuffed mushrooms are out of this world amazing. You guys are going to love that savory, cheesy meat filling. These are always a huge hit for all my parties and dinners. We're going to start by preparing the mushrooms. We need to clean them, scoop out the insides, and then make a really incredible filling with some chicken sausage, bell peppers, shallots, 3 different types of cheese, and then that panko breadcrumb topping comes together with some garlic powder and fresh parsley. The aroma of these mushrooms alone is mouthwatering, and then when you dig in to enjoy them, you just have an explosion of flavors. These are just so good. Don't forget to head on down into that video description box for the full list of ingredients and their instructions up on my website. Meanwhile, let's get started on this incredible recipe. I'm preheating my oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to get things started with the mushrooms. Today I'm going to be using 12 large mushrooms. You can also use this recipe with 24 smaller mushrooms. And I actually like to pre-bake these. So I'm gonna bake them about halfway through, add the filling on top, and then we'll finish baking them. This way, the mushrooms are perfectly cooked every single time. I'm going to use a damp paper towel to clean off my mushrooms. Make sure you're getting any of that dirt and dust off of them. Next, we need to hollow these out. So I like to very gently kind of twist around the stem, pop it out, and we'll save those for later, and then grab a little spoon and clean out, like scoop out kind of like the membrane that's inside of the mushroom. And this will make more space for that filling. Then grab a knife, clean up the mushroom stems, and finely dice them. We need about 1 cup of diced mushroom stems. If you don't have enough stems, you can also just add a couple extra mushrooms to the mix. And then transfer the mushrooms onto a baking sheet, and you want to place them kind of upside down with the shell facing downward. I'm going to bake these hollowed out mushrooms at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes. If you're using the smaller mushrooms, you want to cut that timing down to about 9 to 10 minutes. While these are baking, we're going to get started with our sausage filling. And as your mushrooms bake in the oven, they're going to release quite a bit of liquids. So go ahead and just flip them over, mop up any of the liquids, set them straight up on the pan. And we'll need half a pound of chicken sausage. I picked up 2 links of this garlic and herb chicken sausage at the Whole Foods counter. Just remove the casing so we have just the ground meat. Preheat a large frying pan over medium-high heat. Add a little drizzle of some cooking oil. I like to use avocado oil. And then we'll add this chicken sausage in. Just gonna start breaking it apart. And as the sausage browns, you want to break it down further until you have little bits of sausage. And I'm using a fairly mild chicken sausage for my recipe today, but you can also use a mild Italian sausage, or if you like spicy stuffed mushrooms, you could crank up the heat by using some spicy sausage in the filling instead. You want to make sure that the sausage is fully cooked. Transfer the cooked sausage into a clean tray, and we'll set it aside for now. Into my pan, I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of salted butter. I just love using butter for cooking. It adds so much incredible flavor. We'll add in 1 finely diced red bell pepper, 2 diced shallots, and our diced mushroom stems. Mix this all together and then saute this mixture for about 6 to 8 minutes until the peppers and the mushrooms are tender. Season this mixture with a little bit of salt and pepper. My pepper, shallot, and mushroom mixture is also done, so I'm just going to add it to the same bowl with my chicken sausage. Just going to set it aside and let it cool down while I prepare my cheese mixture. Today I'm going to be using 3 different types of cheese. I have some softened cream cheese. I also have some grated smoked Gouda and grated Parmesan. Now, I love smoked Gouda. The texture is super creamy and it melts really nicely. You can also use smoked mozzarella or smoked cheddar. I'm using 4 ounces of softened cream cheese, and before I add anything else to the cream cheese, I'm just going to take my spatula and kind of soften it so that way when I add everything else, it's not going to clump. Add in the grated Gouda cheese, Parmesan cheese, some fresh parsley. We'll need about a teaspoon of sea salt, ground black pepper. I'll add in about half a teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder. For a bit of smokiness, some smoked paprika, dried oregano, and some dried basil. Add in the sausage with the peppers, shallots, and mushrooms. And then we can mix this all together. So you want to make sure that cream cheese gets really well combined with the ground sausage and all the other fillings. And then just grab a spoon and we'll start filling these right up. So you want to kind of press the filling on the inside first, and then we're going to add a nice big heaping spoonful on top. Just kind of shape it into place. And now for our topping, I have half a cup of Panko breadcrumbs. Going to add in a couple tablespoons of melted butter. Add in some garlic powder. And sprinkle in some fresh parsley. And just want to mix that together until the breadcrumbs are nicely coated in that butter. And then sprinkle that crumb topping over each mushroom. I've increased the heat on my oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit, and once these are all topped, if you have extra, just sprinkle extra crumbs on top. They're going to bake for about 23 to 25 minutes. You want the topping to be a really nice golden brown color, and then once they're out of the oven, you want to wait just a little bit, like give it 10-15 minutes for the mushrooms to cool down, because they are going to be super piping hot when they come out of the oven. Yeah, I can't wait to dig in and enjoy these. These look so good. They're gonna be so perfect for any holiday party. These mushrooms look so incredible coming out of the oven. I'm gonna gently lift them with a spatula. Hold them on the top as well. Oh, that looks so incredible. I love that crispy topping. Let's cut into one of these so you guys can see what they look like on the inside. Check that out, just piping hot, creamy, cheesy filling on the inside. This is going to taste so incredible. And that's it for my sausage stuffed mushrooms. These smell so incredibly delicious when they're in the oven. Your kitchen gets filled with this incredible, almost smoky, savory aroma. You guys are going to love these from the very first bite. For the full list of ingredients and the written instructions, don't forget to head on down into that video description box. Click on the link and it'll take you over to my website so you can find everything online. All right, let's dig in and enjoy. I think these have cooled down just a little bit, but just a little hot from the oven. That creamy, cheesy filling is something else. It is so incredibly delicious. You have like a flavor bomb going off in your mouth. You have all the combination with the sausage, the peppers, the shallots, the cheese, and then that crispy panko bread topping. Oh, you guys are just in for a real treat with this recipe. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe as much as I do, and I hope it's a great hit at your next party or a dinner get together. Thank you guys so much for watching my latest episode. Leave me a comment down below. I love to hear from you guys, and I'll see you next time with a new recipe.